Oh my goodness, have you seen what has happened with VET over the last 2 days? Well, I am a VET holder and have been watching it quite closely over the past few months. And what I've seen over the last 2 days, in fact, since I made this last video yesterday, has been astronomical. In fact, VET from its high right here of almost 0.05 had increased by over 50 and 60% in just a matter of 2 days. Since I made the video last, by the way, since I made yesterday's video, I was talking about this important level that we have in blue that we needed to break. And at that point, this bar was green and it had a little wick over the top, but the body was still right here. It had gone up and then come back down. And we were wrestling with trying to get to this blue level, which, as I talked about yesterday, is still an important level. You can see where it acted as support and resistance back in December, and even back in the historical context of VET, you can see this level, the tops here, and so forth. So I was thinking, well, we need to get through that level and then see what happens. And well, we did get through that level, and then this happened, okay? And I did not expect at all for us. I mean, you just can't expect something like that to happen in crypto. Now, I guess you could say there's always the possibility, but you don't ever know if it's going to happen to one of your coins and that it's going to happen in 2 days. I actually got woke up. I have younger kids, and I got woke up in the middle of the night last night and checked VET, and as a a total sensible person would do in the middle of the night, go look at the crypto prices. And I saw us being over 0.04, and I literally just sat and watched it for a while I was awake, just watching this thing pump higher and higher. It is incredible what is going on in the crypto market. And me being a VET holder, we have absolutely blasted through this latest high of December 26 back last year. Took that level out completely, which I did not expect. Took the next level out of 0.042, which is roughly right around here. So let's draw some lines, and I was going to do this on this video together just so you could see me do it. Let's set some new lines for some new targets. As it seems, VET is going to continue to take off. I don't know how long, how far, and how high this will go. Of course, Bitcoin, let's switch over to Bitcoin. Has it made? I think it made another new high today, and I want to talk about that a little bit in a minute. But yeah, Bitcoin made another new high. So as long as Bitcoin keeps doing this, and as long as we have the halving coming up in April, you're not going to, excuse me, not be surprised by anything that happens in the crypto market with the prices going up. So let's draw some levels here on VET. I'm at about 0.045. Let's see where we may head next. I was going to do this live just so you could see what I might do, if it's helpful to you or not. This would have been a level, but this is actually, it's kind of where we're wrestling with right now. I'm on the weekly chart, by the way. I'm going to draw a level here. Why? Because it's kind of the bottom of this wick, kind of the bottom of this wick, kind of the bottom of this wick, and it's the open and close of this week here, kind of the bottom of this wick, kind of the bottom of this week. So I'm going to draw right there. Okay, that's how you do it. You just look for it. It does no math, no science, no trigonometry, no algebra. Just look at the chart. Okay, where has price been respected in the past? There's a good chance it'll be respected in the future. Let's see where that. Okay, it's kind of right where we are. So we're kind of wrestling with this 0.044 level, and we've already broken it, of course. So there's perfect setup there. So we'll just have to see what VET's going to do over the next few days. All right, let's draw a few more. Let's do some prognostications. Okay, I think I'm going to put a line here. Again, I'm on the weekly chart again. I'm going to put it somewhere around here. It's art, not a science. The reason I'm putting it here is it's the bottom of this week. It's the bottom of this week. So that's around 0.048. I'm going to definitely put one here. I see right here. Y'all tell me why. Well, this one's a pretty easy one. Pretty easy one there. It's the bottom of this week. It's also kind of the open and closed of this week. That's around 0.0558. Let's do a couple more. There was one more I wanted to show you. Yes, definitely here. All right, so I'm going to put one here. It's the bottom of this week. It's the bottom of this week. It's the bottom of this week. Price and the bottom of this week. Price respected that level several times historically. So I'm going to put one right here. Again, art, not science. Let's see. Does that give us enough lines to play with? I could put one here, here, or here. And in fact, I'm probably going to put one right around here because I see wicks up here. I see a bottom of a week there. Let's put it, again, this is going, you could almost draw a range right here, but I'm going to put it right about here. Okay. It's the top of that wick. Let's zoom in a little bit so y'all can see that. Which one did I just draw? Yeah, it's this one. The top of that wick, the top of that wick, the top of that wick, of the bottom of that wick, close to the bottom of this wick, close to the bottom of that wick, open and close of this week, top of that wick. So you get the idea. No math involved, no algebra involved. Let's see where we might stand. Okay, so that gives us some levels to look forward next. There is no telling what we're going to do next. Absolutely no telling. As long as Bitcoin keeps pumping and making higher highs, these altcoins are going to follow over time as long as you are in a good altcoin. That's not one of those huge altcoins. I forget, I meant to look where it was in the coin market cap. I believe it's right around, I can do it real quick. I believe it was right around the 40s, and it's only going to get higher from there. But everybody's talking about how VET is so undervalued that it just isn't valued where, and everybody will say that about the coin. Look, it's number 31 now. So it's a very, I mean, if you're in the top 50 of crypto, you've got some standing in the crypto world. So any of these coins could take off at any time as long as Bitcoin keeps pumping. And let's talk about Bitcoin for a second. It's kind of funny. Here's the halving coming up. If you aren't aware of that, it's going to happen sometime mid-April. And that is always been bullish for Bitcoin. But here's something I read on Twitter that was very funny that talks about why Bitcoin keeps pumping. Why Bitcoin keeps pumping. Here's why. There was $631 million of net inflows to the spot Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. These are the new ETFs that were approved last month, and this tweet was yesterday. That is 14 times more demand than the network produced in the same day. I don't think people understand the magnitude of what is happening right now. Let's put this in layman's terms. You've got a car you're wanting to sell. You put a price tag on the car. You set it out in your front yard. 14 people show up and want to buy it right there. Are you going to sell it first come, first serve? Well, you might. You might sell that car first come, first serve, but I guarantee the first thing you're going to do after that is you're going to go out and get another car just like it, and you're going to auction it off to the highest bidder. Why? There's so much demand and there's limited supply. You're going to get a higher price than you got the first time because 14, now 13 people, since supposedly one of the 14 have already bought one, 13 people want to buy what you have. Price will go up. BlackRock has raised $5 billion in their spot Bitcoin ETF in the last 5 weeks. For context, 80% of Bitcoin in circulation hasn't moved in the last 6 months. That means 80% of Bitcoin is staying still. They're not selling, which means there's only 20% out there to play with. So BlackRock has sucked up 2.5% of all tradable Bitcoin in 5 weeks. Just like that. As long as the supply is dwindling and the demand keeps coming in hundreds of millions of dollars a day, it's going to be fantastic. Here's one more thing. Today is going to be wild. We could get as high as 51,500, and this was yesterday. BlackRock needs to buy 500 million on the open market when the market opens. Now think about that. As high as Bitcoin has been, and this magnificent run that we have been going through with Bitcoin, every morning we wake up and these institutions still need to buy 300 million more, 400 million more, 500 million more. As long as these institutions, as long as this money keeps pouring into these ETFs, Bitcoin is going to keep going higher. It has no choice. It's basic supply and demand. And as long as that happens, any of these coins, can pop up at any moment. I'm thankful this time it was VET. I was glad to see that. Right now, if you look at VET, let's say we had some lows back around 15 in October. We're 3.5, almost 3 times as much as what we were back in October. So from October to February, you've had a 300% increase in VET. That is fantastic. I think we're only going to go higher. Now, are we going to go directly higher? I don't know. There's always the chance of a pullback. But long term, guys, we are looking golden if you're holding VET. All right, stay tuned. I'll keep you updated. This has been a fun video to make, and I'll make more.